Hello, my name is Grace Lee, and I am a junior at Gulick High School. I'm currently taking the class Computer Science and Software Engineering, and today I will be discussing what a project we've been doing over the past few weeks, and it's called InfoTech Center. It basically is a program to show what would be running in a CARS program or our CARS program that we're making, and it has a lot of different branches in it, and but the first one I'll be talking about is the welcome screen branch, which you would usually see um like when you turn on a car and there's a screen that welcomes you into the car. It's kind of like that. And for a welcome screen branch in Get Kraken, the application I'm using right now, it shows all the branches and like what you committed into it, so you know all the changes, and basically it backs up your project, so just in case like there's an accident storm and um or like there's an accident storm and you lose your data but you already pushed it up to the internet so it's remote. um it helps, like Git Kraken helps with that, because in the other application for the program, PyCharm, it will automatically save, but if you lose it, you'll lose it forever. So that's one good thing about Git Kraken. And we did 3 commits in here, and then next after that we merged our branch into beta test dev, but I'll be talking about that a little more detail a little later. For right now, I'll show you the program of what we did in welcome screen. First thing I want to mention is the libraries. The libraries in this what's it called program is it's like a collection of code that is like underneath it, and like anytime you want to invoke it or like use it, it could be easily used without, like, for example, it says import time and there's like time to sleep, other stuff all here. Really it really helps programmers. Also, it's kind of like a book, like books in a library, because anytime you like really want a book, you could just take it out and use it. And that's the same thing about importing a library in PyCharm. You can see that we put some print statements, and or like not and but uh one thing that's really noteworthy to mention is the while loop over here. Basically, what a while loop is it that it lets us repeatedly run a line of statements as long as like the condition is like true. And what our condition is that x can't equal 20. So the while loop can continue to run until x equals like 19, because it can't equal 20. Or it's either that, or I really don't remember, but I think it's either if it reaches 19 or if it reaches 20 and has to stop. And yeah, what we use the while loop for is the dots of the ellipsis. So if I run F10 on my keyboard, I hope it'll let me do it. You can see the a while loop running through the ellipsis, so it's like, um, yeah, it's like that, and that's basically what we used in our welcome screen. Another thing that is worth mentioning is that we put a time to sleep function, or I don't think it's a function. Is it? Wait. Oh, wait, actually, I think it is a function. Please ignore me. I'm sorry about that. Yeah, time.sleep is a function that we use, and what we use for time to sleep. Let me X this out real quick because I can't really see the rest of my code. We use that for 0.5 seconds. So after every ellipsis, after every dot, um, 0.5 seconds later, another dot will come, and it's like that. And ellipsis is like how much will it go on until you have to go back again. And so like we want it to be 3 dots, so we would have 4 ellipses as it's ellipsis plus 1. So there'd be 3 dots, and then it'll go back and restart, and then go back and restart. So that's our welcome branch. Next branch I really want to talk about is our weather branch, and that's really important. Or wait, no, sorry. I have to talk about merging branches real quick. Okay, what merging? Well, I said that we merged welcome screen into beta test dev, and what that really did was taking all the changes and information from welcome screen and putting it into beta test dev. And then and beta test dev is like a testing site, so like just in case something got wrong, like for example, if you check out my other vlog about merging branches in Git Kraken, um you can see that there's something called a merge conflict, and that happens when they merged but something happened to it, so you have to go in and change a bit of things. And that's why it's beta test. So it's like a test before it goes into the real thing. And what the real thing is right now is main. So after we fixed all that changes into beta test dev, we would then um merge it into main. So we put the changes from welcome screen, and then a change from the beta test dev, like fixing any errors. Then we implement it into the main branch, which is just like the actual program for like your car. So yeah, that's what merging is basically. And I think I said weather earlier, but I'm gonna do the gasoline branch instead. So I'm gonna check out my gasoline branch. And what we did in the gasoline branch, it's kind of hard to show in Git Kraken, so I'm just gonna show in PyCharm. You can see that the PyCharm changed because we changed branches. One thing that's really good in Git Kraken and helps us. So you could also tell that we have libraries here, and this time we have a different import, or like different code that we put in here, and it's called import random. And I'll show you what that does very briefly, and like down a bit more. What I meant down a bit more is like later on. And uh one thing that we didn't do in our welcome screen branch was a defining a function. So a function is basically a block of code that runs when it is evoked, or like called upon, used. I think that's all the same thing, but so the first function we used was gas level gauge. And to use a function, you need to use use the, I think this is, oh wait, I don't really remember what this is, I'm sorry. But this lets you call upon a function, the define. And inside this function, we have our gas level list, which is empty, low quarter tank, half tank, 3/4 tank, and full tank. That's our list of all the gas levels that are going to be used. And down here we have an interesting function called random choice. And what this random choice does is that it chooses random one random thing from, not thing, like it's hard to explain. It chooses like something, like if it's random, like it could choose empty from the gas level list. It just chooses one random word or thing from the gas level list. Yeah, that's what it does. And the gas level list is very important because um, this function needs the gas level list, and later on it needs a lot of that. The second function is the list of gas stations, where it's like this entire thing. And you could also see that there's also a random choice, so it'll choose a random gas station for when it's invoked. That's what it does. And the last function that's in here is the gas level alert. So what this would do in your car is like it'll tell you if you're like severely low on gas, like over here, if your gas tank's extremely low, it'll check Google Maps for the closest gas station. And there's actually a limit to how much miles there would be for the for if I think I put that up earlier. Wait a second. Okay, I'm sorry about that. There we put up a parameter which is 1 mile to 25 miles because we want it to be a bit close by, and that's approximately how much miles you could get in the extremely low tank. So that's the parameter for if the gas is extremely low. However, if it's like quarter tank, then it could go from 25.1 miles to 50 miles, and it's just like that. To show like it's pretty like as I say, it's hard for me to say something sometimes, so I'll just show you by using F10. And wow, I got your gas tank's completely full, and I just wrote a silly little message here, but basically what this does is, as I explained it earlier, it chooses a random choice from a random it chooses a random tank, and then depending on the tank, if it's low or quarter, then it would choose a random gas station, and random gas random gas miles. But if it's low, it would have a parameter of 1 to 25. If it's quarter tank, it'll have a parameter from 25.1 to 50. And to show that it's like really random, then I'm gonna click F10 a few more times. Oh wow, okay. And this one has a half a tank, this one has a third quarter tank, and this one's empty. And every time like a tank is like invoked, we have a specific message. Like if it's empty, you're like showing that you're empty, and you're calling AAA, like exactly over here. But if like you're low, then it'll check the closest gas station, and vice and like etc etc. Anyway, that was my gasoline branch, and I'm gonna go back to get Kraken. As I don't know what happened here. This one just randomly happened, but we have our commits, and now as I think I told you about merging branches earlier. So I want to merge my gasoline branch into beta test dev, and because a conflict happened, we want to or no, actually, I don't think a conflict happened here since that was the first one merged. But conflict definitely happened here, as there's a commit message that said update update and merge code to print better, and that's just saying that we fixed up some stuff, like we fixed up some codes that were um preventing the merge to actually happen. So we did that, and then we finally merged it into our main. So that would be up in the program. And the last branch I will be talking about is our weather branch. Let me click into it. And what we did in our weather branch, it will be easier to show in PyCharm again, so I'm going to go back into PyCharm. And it changed again. Uh, the libraries here are exactly the same from uh, the gasoline branch, but I think you could see that this one isn't highlighted or like orange and white because it's not being invoked. Uh, More on that later. This time our function is called weather. So inside that function, and we're gonna be nested inside if you want more terms like that. We use the weather forecast to show a list of all the weather forecasts they could be, like snowing, blizzard, rain, foggy, etc. And there's also a random choice here, so it would choose randomly through one of these. And then uh yeah. And next we would be there's a variable to call weather, and what the variable is, it's a variable is a space for storing data values, so it'll just store the function weather. And what we did in our weather branch is there's another function that we did, and it's vehicle response system. And what this system will do is it will respond to a specific type of weather. And that's where our if and elif statements will come in play. If it's snowing, then it'll do this. And elif is like the same as if. If it's a blizzard, it'll be this. If it's snowing, it'd be this. It's kind of like showing, like for example, if it's a blizzard, then they'll wake you up 45 minutes earlier because it's a blizzard and will only allow you to drive 30 miles per hour. Um, well, the else statement is we use that else instead of elif or if at the last one because that's the only one that's left. And that's basically what we did in our weather branch. Now that you saw all the branches, or not all of them, I'm gonna show you the main branch, or I should probably go into my beta test dev first, actually. Okay, I'm gonna click into my beta test dev branch. So we checked into it, and if we go inside it, PyCharm, all of the functions from welcome branch, not functions, all of the programming from welcome branch, gasoline branch, and weather branch should all have been merged into this one big program. So, this part's our welcome branch. This part was our gasoline branch, and this part was our weather branch. Oh wait, I'm sorry, I forgot to show you how to run the weather branch real quick. I'm so sorry about that. I'm gonna go back to PyCharm, do F10, and it's random again. So, just gonna show you some of these. Okay, now I can show you on beta test stuff. I'm so sorry about that. So I'm gonna go into beta test dev, go back into PyCharm, and since it has all the programs in it, it should hypothetically run every single program. So I'm gonna do F10 and see if it runs. Seems the welcome screen is working well. The while statement and the ellipses are working well as well. And then now we go to our gasoline branch, and it'll show that the random choice was that it was low, and that was shell, which was 1.3 miles away. And our weather condition is windy, and that ran well. And because it ran well in our beta test dev and we tested it out in here, we're gonna go to our main, like there was no problems here. We're gonna go into our main, and there shouldn't be any problems there because we tested out beta test dev and I'm searching for the word. So it should be all tested out, and this would be the final. This is our main branch, so this would be our final product. This would be the not function, the program that would be used in an actual car. So if you go to F10, it should load the same as beta test dev since there's no problems or conflicts within it. So and it worked. And if you want to do it again to see if it's actually random, run it again. Oh, okay, wait. Something just happened. I'll be right back. Oh, I think I accidentally typed something in there. It's okay now. Sorry about that. I accidentally typed something on my keyboard. So, should be able to run now. And that would be our thing. Or like that's what we've been learning about for the past few weeks of our class for the programming. And what I'm gonna show you next, I'm sorry, I made it sound like we were done, but technically we were only done here. I'm gonna show you where everything is remotely. So like as you can see here, there's local and remote. We want our branches and all of our changes to be remote, because if it's remote it'd be backed up, and it's really important to be backed up because as I think I told you earlier, but um if there's like a random storm or someone breaks into your computer and steals everything, you could get them back on the cloud. You could get it back remotely. And I'm going to show you um where you get it on the cloud. We use on Chrome a website called GitHub. And I think just in case I'm gonna reload it. Uh, as I said earlier, GitHub's used to like retrieve stuff on the internet or check if something actually got committed, and you can see it here. And for example, if you ever lost it, like you can see our entire functions in here. You can go to beta test dev, and it should be the same thing. You would go to gasoline, and you'll find your gasoline branch, just your gasoline branch. So all these branches are here as backup, and so if you like lose any of your information, you could always get it back from GitHub. Anyway, thank you so much for watching my vlog. I hope you have a great day, and please check out the other vlogs on my channel. Have a great day.